So a lot of people knew where they were on New Year's Eve, 1979, to welcome the new decade. But for most people in North America, their home sitting down to watch an episode of WKRP was probably the most spiritual of the show. God Talks to Johnny. Now, if you've never seen the episode, obviously are not a fan of this podcast on WKRP, so stop listening right away. But if you are, Johnny wakes up after a stupor and he feels somebody's talking to him. Someone tells him that he loves him, tells him to seek knowledge, and wants him to do something. He really doesn't know what's going on. He goes to work pretty well the next day, and he believes that God has talked to him. Now, Johnny goes to different people at the location, talks to Bailey, talks to Les, and each gives their different interpretation if there is a God. And he talks to Mr. Carlson right after a very interesting scene where Mr. Carlson destroys a blind in the window to make the blind work. One of the most funniest scenes in comedy history. Now, as the episode goes on, some people take him seriously, some people don't. But Johnny's goal to figure out what was going on. In that twilight time, you're in between falling asleep or, you're waking up, you might see something wrong or hear something wrong. Johnny is a basically person who's always trying to seek to better in the world while doing as less as he can to get it. Sometimes he's a scammer, sometimes he's a heartbreaker, sometimes he's a person that's obsessed with money, obsessed with certain things with music, doesn't want to play the playlist, as the old saying goes. But this episode really stands out for me because it not only humanizes Johnny a little bit more, if that's even possible, it puts everybody into perspective. What if God talked to you? Now, whatever you God believe in, there's atheists that watch the show or humanists, but I believe there's a creator, like in Aboriginal culture. There's a creator that guides the perfection of the universe. And if you don't want to be part of that, you're an imperfect person. Seeking knowledge is the perfection of God. And you see in some Eastern cultures and Western cultures, the seeking out of knowledge celebrates what God's given us: a heart, a mind, a brain, an understanding. And to seek out God is to seek out compassion. Nobody seeks out God and says, oh, I'm going to be evil to my neighbor if I find God. No, maybe you have been evil to your neighbor, and you want to seek out a more perfect plane, as the old saying goes. So the question is, one minister told me many years ago, in one of his favorite episodes, is Johnny saved? Well, we're all saved as sinners. All you have to do is accept the Lord. But some people like Johnny have to accept the Lord more than others. So, ladies and gentlemen, happy Easter weekend. If you like what we're doing with our WKRP podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Sorry about my bronchitis, but this is one take podcast, and that's the way I roll, man. And like I said, sick or not, I want you to remember that if God talks to you, don't discount it. It could be God, it could be your neighbor, it could be, the TV that you haven't turned off through the night. But if someone takes time to talk to you, listen. That's what the episode talks about. Thanks for listening. Bye.